So recently, if you ask me, Corn, what have you been up to? I will definitely not tell you that I have been playing Minecraft and I made a mob farm for an entire server and I am farming experience. Just to get some really cool enchantments, but not really, totally not the case, by the way. What I've been doing in reality is I've been trying to improve the qualities of my videos so that they can benefit both you and me, you the viewer, me the YouTuber in the long run. As in, like, I'll probably these videos will probably be revisited in the near future, or maybe in the in a couple years, maybe even if this game even survives until that point. But at this pace, it's probably not going to, anyways. Let's be honest here. But yeah, doing what I can. Um, yeah. Regardless, it's still nice to like return to some good old classics every now and then. And when I mention classics, I'm talking about the old High Elo Heist videos. So like the Corn that plays Stryker Airborne, and today it's actually a bit different from the most oldest classic ones, because we're not just stealing elo here. We're playing against the best, as with some of the best. So it's gonna be a really banger match, as our opponents are like, I don't know, top 2, top 3. They're from like the top Chinese stack out there. As for us, we are a bunch of randos, but we're decent. Okay, we're actually pretty good, like top 100 or something. But that's nothing to brag about, honestly, considering Broken Arrow, at the end of the day, it is a casual RTS game, not some hardcore StarCraft game. And if anything, the only advantage that we have over other people is the knowledge of this game, and also the how unemployed you are, really. So it doesn't explain much. And right now I'm trying to figure out yeah, let's focus on the game finally. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, because on the map I couldn't really tell. Guys, am I going mid? Am I going where, here, there? I didn't really have a clue. And as we get into this match, okay, we finally figured out that I'll be to the right of B, kind of. And I kind of was like figuring out what this game is going to be all about, because a strategy that our opponents, or like these people, often bring to the stage are more like it's kind of I wouldn't call it repetitive, but it's kind of boring sometimes. If you, I mean, it's definitely not going to be like StarCraft. It's more like a left click 3 times, and then sometimes your sometimes your targets explode, sometimes they don't. And if you think about it, it's called the prism harm strategy, or like the we have like the 250 point prisms, and then like you just start shooting stuff along with seed. And if your opponent is too busy microing on the front, and they turns out they don't really want to do anything about their packs, then their packs are going to get destroyed. And oh no, all of a sudden you can just strike them in the air, which is actually quite funny. Unfortunately for me here, I refunded the play in the eagle right after calling back the right before they spotted these two raptors spot each other. But still looks like oh, do they connect? Oh, they do connect. A 400 point raptor too. So something else to note, if you guys run raptors yourself, it's best to not run the 400 pointers, because it's the thing about the 400 point raptors is that it only shoots one AMRAM and one what's that thing called, the JADM at your opponents anyways, even if if you fly for a little while longer. And as a result, like, you're still paying like 25 points more when you could sometimes bomb something, which is quite funny, you know. It's happened before. Don't ask me why I know. Like, go watch like one of the shorts on my YouTube channel, you'll find out. If you're new to this place anyways. But it seems like our opponents are running quite a lot of SF, when our team itself doesn't have that much SF, but that's totally fine, as you can see. Or like I think SF is only good on flanks, and even on flanks they're not particularly that great. But and we'll come to that. We'll come to talk about that a bit later, as we kind of find out that my opponent here in the middle is playing SF Stryker, and I'm playing SF. I'm not playing SF. I'm playing Stryker Airborne, and We use the Kiowa Warriors sensors to quickly spot a couple things. I'm just gonna use these stingers to hopefully delete this super cover really quick. Get instantly deleted by the sidewinders, although there turns out there was also another manpad team over there, and a striker shot in the back, but my Kyle was somehow still living, somehow still surviving, somehow 1 HP, because it could technically tank a direct hit to the face, but unfortunately the next blast kills it. But we do eventually find out that, oh wait, there's my opponent's manpads, and it feels like well, at the start of the match you can already tell, like okay guys, my opponent has manpads. He brought manpads to the front. He probably doesn't even want to play the game. He just wants to play extremely defensively and only pushing at the end of phases, which is a really boring way to play the game if you ask me, but it works. It actually does work, and that's something that me myself, whenever I play the game, I kind of want to just force push into my opponent for sometimes for no reason, and it kind of results in me losing the game. But other times it's actually quite fun. It keeps my opponent busy, it keeps me busy, and so so my opponents cannot do their thing. And if you ask me, how do you do this, then I have to tell you that you kind of just gotta send units after them, right? You gotta be on the you gotta be active, you gotta be on the defensive, and I'll tell you how to do that in this game as we well, it's gonna take a while, because for the first 10-15 minutes of the game, we're not really focusing on B. Sorry to spoil it, but you've already heard our packs firing at the prisms in the back. Our opponents, they like to play a very passive style. And if you ask me what this kind of passive style is, it's basically, okay guys, we're gonna shoot ballistic missiles and fire seed at the same time, sometimes along with cruise missiles from the Sex Eagles. So yeah, like that's how they want to, that's how you play the game, I guess. And at the top level, really, still there are things that you could do in the meantime, as we previously just took B with that weapon squad, because I know my opponent probably doesn't have any vehicles on the front yet. He just came in with a bunch of war pigs, and obviously you know that that's not going to do anything. And we're just going to come over here and help A out, because right now there are 3 contest caps and at the center of the map, or in the center of the map. There's A cap, there's B. Is that E, B? No, that's D, and then there's C cap on the very right. So the key to winning this game is that you kind of need to hold 2 caps for quite a while. And right now we only do have B, but I'm trying to, okay, just got bombed inside smoke, very nice, but I guess they wasted some points. Unfortunately the plane didn't take any damage when it went back, so it's gonna be to pause here. How do I pause again? Oh, there we go. Okay, so not losing the Booker was nice because I kept it in smoke, and the other, like, well, considering that this guy was playing SF tank, SF armored, I knew that this guy could carry Maw teams in his Bradleys when his Bradley came over like about like 10 seconds ago. So when I saw that thing, I started reversing. That was why I didn't really push, because I knew that if I did try to keep pushing, I would get caught inside the Maws and I would just die. That was also not considering the F-35, which the F-35 was you should only, I mean it happens, right? It happens all the time. Your packs are never gonna, unless you're really lucky with pack 2s or something, like normally you shouldn't really be shooting it down. And it kind of sucks sometimes, but like especially on this map. And if you ask me why, it's because of all these buildings here, if you had a pack here, I can only be able to shoot probably like up here, maybe this way, maybe that way, but these like there's a lot of buildings that can block line of sight, so packs are actually not that great on in this map, unless, like, let's say in this area and in this area a little bit, but you can't shoot sideways. You kind of have to like hide them in some weird spots. Sometimes maybe use raptors as a okay, we actually killed, like, I don't know what he was killing, maybe but yeah, that was a pretty good drop from Vigar. He loves doing that with F-35s. It's like, how do I put it? It's like you essentially trade NF35 for your opponent's backline, and it's not bad at all, I say. But sometimes like you kind of like, if your opponent moves stuff or anything else, then it's kind of not worth it. Anyways, in the meantime, our opponent is trying to sneak in a quick B cap as we spot his stuff with the sniper here. We do have I also moved my weapon squad inside the cap, so he cannot take it. And there's also this Stryker ADGM that is also very good at dealing with infantry at range. In the meantime, we're also trying to like focus A because why not, right? Oh, that is a just gonna smoke immediately, and I smoked that. When I spotted that Moz team, pretty sure. Oh, he's still running forward. Gonna have to reverse a little bit. At least decap A cap. Gonna have to force myself to smoke up here. I think. Actually, I'm not. I guess I didn't smoke up because I was not in range. Okay, now I am. Now that guy's line of sight. But I'll take A really quick and. That's a lot of prisms. Okay, that was going after my ISB. Just gonna retreat that guy. Oh! So this guy definitely has some kind of snipers going after my trooper teams. If they spammed enough prism, then these guys would die. But it turns out they probably have snipers here or like here or something. But I can't tell yet. As of now, we're just gonna be relying on the Stryker ATGM to use his use its what is it called again, like HE, the blams, to shoot our opponents. And then we're gonna have to be skirmishing with our opponents in A, but it's kind of weird. Okay, how many people are there here even? Like can you guys bait their packs? Okay, this guy wants to bomb their packs again. Me personally, I'm not that much of a fan. I mean, it actually works. It's actually extremely effective way of like dealing with your opponent's like backlines and stuff. But sometimes like you need to save up points for it though. And for me, like I didn't really have the points for it. That's why I was probably AFK, not responding at all. And at this point of time, I was thinking, okay, I think holding 2 caps is good enough for now, because the 2 caps gives us a tick, and if we try not to feed too much in terms of KD, then we should be fine. Just gotta make sure that we do have the radar on sometimes, and also keep our units resupplied, and eventually we'll have enough points saved up. But this is still a lot of points sometimes. Oh, okay, what is that internet? Okay, that's kind of weird. I'm not even sure what happened there. But we will eventually need to go for our opponents, and more like try to hold both caps, even though it's kind of difficult. In the meantime, I think my Stryker ADGM, I attack rounded it. Like I used attack round instead of like attack moved my ADGM instead of just holding it in one position, and it kind of just drove into range of the javelin. So yeah, that was a mistake on my end. In the meantime, we're just trying to reinforce a cap with 2 more dragoons. Not to say that dragoons are bad in any well, okay, they're not that great, but still, they are kind of a good infantry squad that they can, not infantry squad, an IV that can carry the what's it called again? The airborne. And oh, we do spot a sniper. At this moment, we kind of need to kill that sniper. I mean, it's spotted, right? Or maybe we don't have to go for them, but they can get airborne in and out very quickly because they also transport 9 men, and they also have a gun, so that makes them quite decent at like having good range and everything. So that helps a lot, and that's what I kind of do sometimes. I mean, for the cost of 105 points to 210 for 2, it's quite decent still, and it's probably not going to be as effective as a single booker, but an F-35 is going to have a tough time trying to kill both of them. As for now, meanwhile in B, there was a sniper team that went in here. They probably, both snipers spotted each other, and that was a CJ. Okay, sometimes you can't really like intercept these missiles because they just have CJs in the air, and to that you really need your own Raptors, or like what's it called, Hornets, to deal with them. And if you don't, then like these guys are just gonna like fly all over you, and then they're just gonna be using prisms, and I mean, yeah, like the radar jammer thing sure is gonna work. You just kind of need to make sure that you have fighter jets loitering. But even still, sometimes your fighter jets just get shot down by their AA, which absolutely sucks. In the meantime, I was using the combat engineers to screen to like push. So if there was a sniper squad in here, I would push them away with the combat engineers, otherwise he'd lose it. And then now I can move in my sniper squad. This is how I've been playing lately. Like, well, not exactly, but if I feel like my opponent has recon somewhere, then I would just push in with something that can actually fight first. Otherwise, I'm just going to lose a sniper for nothing. In the meantime, I lack of micro on the other side, also not the best. But I am trying to help my teammates here, making this kind of a 2.5 versus 2, as my combat engineers are still struggling to fight middle, and I'm pushing engineers on both sides, and it's kind of working, you know, using the blams to go after my opponents. Also uses smoke. That's my Stryker MC. It's actually really good. It's a really like smoking like mortars are really good. Okay, I accidentally I think they spotted him. Sure. Oh yeah. Okay, it was the sniper that spotted him, but that's okay. You know, at least we spot the sniper. We're just gonna run in here, just gonna start blasting that guy. Make quick work of him, even though he tries to get out. But now he's panicked and he can run away, sure. But I still have a lot more things that can. Like I still have. I think I'm artillerying myself. What am I doing? I'm artillerying myself. I'm artillerying myself. What am I doing? Yeah, maybe it is time to get out of there then. But yes, we did manage to kill our opponent's. What's it called again? Our opponent's sniper squad in middle, which is pretty decent. Infantry fight is still quite packed here. I have to mention though, sometimes in like building fights like these, you would personally prefer to have a cat phase, but I guess we don't really have any cat phase in this game. No one's really playing Marines. Marines are really good for that reason. Well, I guess I never brought out Dragoons, but here they come. Here they come to probably help the to complement the combat engineers for their what do you call them again? For their AT, lack of AT. Blam in the meantime from the Stryker ATG accidentally splashes onto the 1 HP STT, which does help sometimes, but some like just, you know, it helps. In the meantime, we're just trying to hold B as far as long as we can, because the first phase is about to end. No reason how we managed to go down 2 ticks and kills, but shit happens, I guess. And all I see from my opponent is, oh god damn, look at this, 3 bookers. Who would have thought? That is a lot of bookers. And if we can hold B and A, then that's good for us. That's totally fine. Even though, like, you know, we're gonna lose 2 points in the long run, but still quite decent. We can use the Eagle to fire some cruise missiles and stuff and C to distract my opponents. Although I have to say, I'm not really that good at using this. I don't think I am. Because sometimes the 3 second aim time on the cruise missiles sometimes take too long. It's not too long. Actually, I accidentally desync a pack. Okay, I guess it's not bad. But if you lose your Eagle or your Sex Eagle takes any damage at all, then not only is it going to, okay, a lot of lack of micro in the meantime. But yeah, like if you lose your Sex Eagle, then it's kind of gonna suck, because now for like the full 10, like not just 10 minutes, 18 minutes or so. 18? Let me think. Okay, at least 15 minutes you're gonna be out, and you will not have that. You will not be able to use that plane at all, and it kind of sucks. So right now we're just gonna rotate our MSEs. These guys are firing like, what is that? Prisms, like on cooldown, so it's kind of annoying. But we also have things of our own. The armor on the ATGM actually saves me here. Also moving my pack, I guess it did help a little bit. So right now we're kind of just, I mean, me playing in middle here, like I think both mid players this game, me and my opponent here in B, are really just not playing our own cap right now. We're kind of just goofing around, like playing helping, supporting other flanks, and oh god, that actually almost got me there. Very cool. I mean, it is quite scary, but right now we kind of do need to keep our front line resupplied instead of doing other stuff. My upkeep is quite low now, 150, about half, and it's actually a very front position pack. But as long as we can, hold on, let me pause here. As long as we can kind of sneak into here, this place, even though we haven't been getting to do so this game, we would be able to have like to pincer A from like these 3 locations. And considering our opponents only have prisms instead of MLRS, that is really good. Because all they can do is push back with infantry. And these guys are so focused on using, what do you call it? ATGMs along with infantry. They have they don't have marines, they don't have anything. So yeah, you'd actually be fine here. In the meantime, we're just pushing 2 dragoons into a line of fire and just gonna be dropping just gonna be dropping the engineers right there. Also using the Booker as a distraction. That guy's been cooking for a while. Crack 3 out of missiles. Just gonna have to supply that bad boy. But we do get kind of, you know, our push gets kind of stopped by a Booker, which is quite annoying. I need my Stryker MC comes back. Okay, very nice. But yeah, here comes the hard part of this match. I think I lose some units on the left because I'm too far away to micro them. But yeah, the tough part about this now is that our opponent this has decided to spam Bookers. And well, I guess the only reasonable counter to that is in fact using javelins, I suppose, because my helicopter is actually not there at all. And my opponent also managed to get a Ranger RC squad into the cap, like into the bush where my snipers are. I'm just gonna have to move them away at the seed plane, and I'm just gonna turn radar off as they come in with. It's so annoying though, like the constant prism and then the arms is gonna make your life really tough. Sometimes you kind of have to look up though, which is something that I don't do. It's a bad habit, obviously, and it's much better if you did. But the way that this works for my opponents is that they kind of need to they just kind of have to like keep spamming this and seed, which is actually very costly. It's very expensive. Okay, well, they do kill a pack, so I guess it's not that bad anymore. But eventually, you know, at some point during the game, you will not be able to intercept everything. It just kind of sucks sometimes. So we're just going to be using the Guardian to harass a little bit. I'm not really sure if this is really called harassing. Okay. Alright, he's gonna have to pull this guy back then, because using helicopters in maps like these, I'm not saying it doesn't work, obviously. It obviously does work, because you can see that Booker actually did get hit in the end, but it requires a lot of micro, and for me in this game where also you could say that Corn, you just suck at microing, right? Partially true, like you can't control all your units at the same time, right? So sometimes you just kind of have to deal with it, and but we do manage to snipe like his man pads with our Brutuses. Very nice. The Brutus is really good though. I do have to like mention that Brutuses are kind of just really good when it comes to sniping supplies, sniping units. Unfortunately, one of our squads get caught off guard by a Stryker. Gonna be a bit more costlier than this though, as he eventually uses stuff in, but that's not happening yet. It's kind of weird though, this game. The way that the caps work is that both sides have 4, right? Yeah, both sides have 4. If we manage to take, actually no, three of them are like home caps that you should always hold. These 3 are contest caps, and it's kind of weird that you kind of need to hold all 3 of the contest caps just to get 2, and if you only hold Like, you need to hold 2 just to gain 1 point. And there's no in between. There's no in between, and I get desynced there. I get desynced again. Nice. Unfortunate. Well, I guess that doesn't really count as desync, but I kind of like pressed it a bit too late. So that's kind of on me. That is kind of on me. So right now we're just trying to save our weapon squads, and I don't know what that is. That just hit my dragoons. Force another smoke, run the engineers in, resupply really quick. Oh, it turns out there was a javelin over there. But the double smoke, I guess it does save me kind of. And we're gonna have to force our opponent to bring out a Booker at some point during the game. To the left, to the right side. Trinux just gonna... I think I'll call this guy back. I have a Booker AFK here. So I really do need to focus on my flank if I actually do want to start pushing on this side of the map. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be getting our units back here in the middle, and losing the double packs actually did hurt us quite a fair bit. But we're just gonna force. We're just gonna. Oh, it turns out there was a STT squads right there that outranges our combat engineers. So that's not really gonna work out here at all. I wonder when I'm gonna call back this Guardian. Whoa, what am I doing? My Eagle's just so far ahead. That's getting shot at. Okay, so yeah, that was a blind prism. This was a blind prism. Like, sometimes your opponent just guesses where your units are and they just blow your stuff up. Yeah, you gotta like you don't really like they just guess, you know. You don't really see it coming, but it happens. So we're just going to, I mean, it's whatever, right? Like, if they're lucky, because like some spots are just too good to give up, I think, personally. That is a lot of javelins, and this is the javelin spamming technique, I suppose. Did I lose my ego in the process? Oh! Ooh! Okay, he did not survive, but obviously that's me feeding, because, like, bro, what am I doing this game? No micro, no nothing. The Bookers, the Dragoons are kind of just getting stopped by whatever my opponent, like, the moment my opponent brings out to one, like, Booker, like, that's the end of that. That's the end of this push. I gain no ground, and this guy just easily because the Booker's front armor, and the fact that I do not have a tank, it kind of makes it the Booker as a light tank really good. And sometimes in the meantime, watch as my Booker somehow loses to the Booker in front of me, despite... Look, I don't know how I lost that Booker, but for some reason he was getting side armor shots on me, even though I didn't. Like, even though I wasn't getting side armor. Or maybe it was the way I was driving? I have no clue. Shit happens. I guess it's called shit happens. You could also say skill issue, Corn. Sure thing, buddy. Yeah, the cost that you have to pay for fighting against... Okay, well, we spot our opponent's snipers. Just gonna have to... Ooh, run away. Yeah, the price you have to pay for stuff like fighting Bookers is that if you use light armor, like Bradley's other stuff, you always have to get more supplies, and it's just going to suck. Yeah, I'm also trying to figure out how I can... Okay, finally get some HIMARS on the field. Maybe recall this Raptor, the Guardian. Okay, another Prism is focusing on my flank. I guess it's not too bad, because, like, eventually, right? Like, I guess you lose a squad or two, but eventually, when all 3 of these buildings are destroyed, they still provide cover. They still provide cover, but you can no longer destroy them. And if you can no longer destroy them, then they don't deal extra damage when the building collapses. So it's a nice thing. Alright, just one more attempt at using Guardian, but I guess it's not going to work out anyways. Just going to retreat this guy. Also have to keep... This guy uses man pads at like 2 kilometers, or like the STT squads. Those cost 200 points, by the way. It's even more expensive than the Stryker Shurad without APS. So, and it's way less lethal. And you can easily just yeah, like that, just snipe a squad with and the supplies behind it, because, like, you know, people always put supplies behind buildings, right? Just to block line of sight. And if you spotted something and you already did, you might be lucky enough to actually get your... Oh wait, I actually did have my packs actually came back. I should probably buy packs instead of HIMARS because my opponents are always moving their units. Oh, it also snipes my troopers. Poor guys. But that's okay, we'll just move another squad back in. Yeah, I definitely need to buy packs now and use the HIMARS to at least snipe something. Yeah, before having to resupply them or maybe recall them. Okay, you could say that, okay, Corn, but why don't you use triple Brutus? And I don't think there's anything wrong with triple Brutuses. Oh god. That's a double RSC team. They're firing at the sniper squad. Unfortunately, they do get spotted, but you know, it's okay to always just call in another sniper squad. Yeah, I just have to recall that Guardian because I have been getting no success with this. In the meantime, there's a Sentinel in middle. In front of my face. He's probably spotting everything right now. Not sure how that didn't kill it. Normally it should, you know, that's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it didn't. But I guess for now we'll just be getting out our packs because we do need the packs. The snipers can wait for a bit. But if you remember, like 15 minutes ago, maybe one phase ago, we were trying our best to even get a foothold. Okay, I should not have turned that radar on. Totally my fault. But B was definitely not under our control, and as you can see here, our opponent has a really shit or like has a lack, not really shit, has a lack of like decent supply points. We snipe that, or like we delete that sniper squad really quickly, and you kind of notice that our opponent, the only thing our opponent seems to be able of doing is just using ATGMs, using manpads, and then spamming bookers. That's the only thing they got. That's the only thing they got. And sometimes you just think to yourself, okay, but like, what's the point, right? What's the point? Because like, if I bring the fight to you when you basically, okay, well, time to get out again because his bookers are in place again. But I'm pretty sure the what do you call them again? Like with a bit of artillery and a bit of like you know, lightly armored vehicles, we just fly in. I mean, not fly in, but we drive in, and then we make sure that most of the fights that we take are in our favor, and then just get out when it's a bit like risky or something. Then it's gonna be fine, right? It's gonna be fine. That's how I think that things should work out for us. And also supplies are great. You just kind of always need to bring what do you call them, supply trucks, and then use them like ferry them here and there. But it does take a lot of micro to do this, so maybe that's also why sometimes like these prism missiles can catch me off guard. It does happen quite frequently. Just gotta resupply all our stuff. And oh, but we also spot the sniper squad that was here. Gonna go after that. Oh wow, big boom with the blams, so we actually run out. Unfortunate, a little bit unfortunate, but right now that's okay. But since we did spot these guys, oh, that is a double. That is a double. Comanche, run away. I don't have anything. Okay, let's get a Stryker shred. So I'm just gonna have to run this guy back, get a smoke for myself, so that this ATGM can run away. Try to kill this sniper squad if we can, because that sniper squad is going to be the most threatening thing to us, because it gives our opponents intel and everything. We do manage to kill in the end, and here's where it goes wrong for me. I forgot that I have no more smoke, and then I think to myself, okay, I'll just smoke myself with the mortar, right? Surely, as it pokes out, tries to kill the Dragoon. But no, that's not how it works against a double Comanche. That's not gonna work out like that. Classic blunder. I mean, classic dumb play. But you know, at least we tried, right? And double Comanche, like you can easily counter them by just having a Stryker shot in the back, but apparently I did not wait for it to do any. I did not wait for it. I did not wait for it in time. Yeah, and then I keep saying, guys, we're losing. Actually, we did pretty well second phase. You see, like we actually managed to claw back an extra point while being down on kills. An extra tick, sorry, and I do think our team is quite commendable in that regard. In the meantime, I think C is the cap that turned out to be the cap that needed the most amount of support. Oh god, that is an F-35. It's more like a 1v1 on that side, and my teammate on that side also. We'll talk about that a bit later, but right now things in the middle are going perfectly fine for us. We actually cleaned out an extra sniper. I think it's 2 or 3 so far, but only losing 1. Our Bijo guys is currently okay, I'm trying to communicate, please lays, but you know, like I guess sometimes you don't really get what you get, so you don't really get what you want, so unfortunate. He also spotted our MTV. Oh god, that was very close. That was very close. That we almost lost both of our HIMARS there. But that's fine, you know, that's fine. We'll just keep pushing on the right-hand side because we know that this is a rather empty flank besides the, like, you know, it has a bit of units here, but we don't really have to worry too much about it. Gonna be using the... Also, something I hate is this. Like, if you just saw a couple seconds earlier, I will dial back a little bit. 35... Okay, like this. As you can see, as I try to use the mortar, it's very annoying. I kind of don't like this, but like I guess it's coded. So as you can see, this configuration, like the damage dealing munition, along with full duration, along with this thing, like the way that you want to fire instead of creeping barrage. The creeping barrage was the one that I always used, right? I always use creeping barrage, smoke, short or middle or medium, never long. But the thing about this is that it always carries over. It always carries over to the next artillery piece that you use. For example, the HIMARS. This is the configuration my HIMARS use, but now my Stryker mortar carrier that should be used for smoke, it does not remember that, and I have to manually adjust it again. So that's also extra clicks that I have to spend on, like, this game, which is unfortunate. Kind of wish my but then again, devs have more serious matters to do for now. We're just trying to reinforce our front line here with a bit of extra ATGMs, and also push in with the engineers, because our opponents, turns out, he does not like to use any CQC infantry and only use stuff like ATGMs, man-pads, and then bookers. So we're just gonna have to play the recon game here, I'm afraid, and let this guy, considering he's probably doing a bit of like, as you see here, this is actually what I wanted to do the entire game. Like over here, this is what I wanted to do. Like, you see all this setup, but this is the most important part, the snipers. I made them sneak into a really good spot that can basically overlook his entire back line, I mean front line as well. And then, as you can see, okay, I see this truck coming in. Okay, he's probably going for this then. He's probably going for this building. Alright, yeah. That looks fair. Behind the building, box line of sight. So, I have both HIMARS, cluster HIMARS going for that booker. That is kind of going to defend that cap, and also like my IFVs are gonna walk through and just blast this guy. So that's gonna be the first thing that goes down. Very nice, very nice. Resupply this guy. Also lays the next building. Gonna have to push in our hello Comanches. Get the shot in here quick. Also lays the troopers. So yeah, doing big amounts of damage to him. So this guy cannot play the game at the moment, but but we lose a double Brutus to the prism, unfortunately. Actually, I do wonder though. They just started shooting. How did they even were they even shooting for that long? Let me check. Bro of cheats, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So apparently someone was like someone on our team was accusing my opponents of cheating. So let's listen to the time that they started shooting, and the time that my opponents started using the prisms. Okay. So not yet. Not yet. Actually, it's far from. Now, okay. Now, okay. 11:46. We started aiming. This is just to check because I don't even know myself. But the HIMARS are almost going off, so if our opponents were cheating, in fact cheating, then they would probably go for the HIMARS instead of the prism. Or maybe they actually did, but we just don't know. Okay, so now they start. Wait, now they start firing? Oh yeah, okay, 11:32, 11:32. Same with the HIMARS though, but the HIMARS already finished shooting, so they moved. And when did they prism? Now they prism 1, 11:20. Firing a bit more, okay. Okay, so that makes sense then. But then like, I didn't move them. Maybe that's why I really should have short bursted. But then that's the thing about this deck, right? Like every time I use the cluster HIMARS, they would be shooting like medium to long, like medium to long. Okay, this is short, medium, long bursts of thingy. So yeah, they also did go for my HIMARS. They also did have my HIMARS in mind. So like, you really cannot afford to make mistakes like these against opponents like these guys that spam prism, because they will always have a guy who's constantly not even looking at the front line. They're looking at your back line. They're gonna ping all the things that are firing from there, and then they're just gonna prism it. I swear, like this is how they do it apparently. Okay, turns out there was another booker right here. Wait, what? How did we kill that? I don't even know how we killed that, but hell, very funny. Yeah, like I guess like right now, you know, we are kind of okay. These guys, someone's sniping my troopers squad somewhere. Someone definitely is. At the moment that they finish shooting and like lock on, just move the packs immediately. You know, they also need to resupply anyways. That's very nice. Yeah, I hear someone sniping. Who's doing the sniping? Who's doing the sniping? I have no clue. Yeah, guys, do you know? Okay, well, shooting is important. Turns out there was a sniper right here, not even close. Yeah. Oh, that is also a very common spot for snipers to be, and honestly, getting this sniper is really difficult. Like, you really do need prisms. You kind of do need prisms after all, just to deal with this kind of stuff. So we're just gonna use a Sex Eagle just to prism everything. Also gonna have to resupply those guys behind that building. Oh, you recalled the oh, in one intercept. Okay, not bad, not bad. So, okay, even though technically we are extremely down on KD, but, you know, we're doing great. We're doing great in middle. I think that's nice, you know, that's okay, but are you really doing great? I'm pretty sure I checked my KD once this game and I thought to myself, how am I still negative? Actually, it's quite funny. Yeah, but it does. Okay, well, this is probably why I went negative. Okay, it turns out there was a Comanche in my backline. Oh, god damn. Yeah, a lot of stuff died and very unfortunate. But one HIMARS survived. Okay, one HIMARS survived. And the Comanche died eventually, so very nice. Also a lot of packs, but my Eagle somehow died midair to the pack. That was okay, unlucky. That probably explains my KD then. I lost 2 Sex Eagles this game. That is not how you should be playing the game, I'm afraid. And I guess that makes sense. We're just gonna have to be a bit more careful with our cruise missile planes next time, as you know, it is something that I don't play airborne that often, even though like a lot of the top teams do in fact play like to use strike eagles. But anyways, right now in the last 7 minutes, I'm just trying my best to make sure that my opponents cannot take B at all or anything. But yeah, there's some snipers. Like every building that I try to push, there's always a sniper squad right behind it that can deal with my that can spot for a booker that's just gonna blast my infantry inside. So resupply, like supplies also have to come in. I also need shots everywhere. They're cheaters, bro. Yeah, I mean, like, what else can I do, man? I still have to play the game, right? Like, I have my middle to hold, so I guess I'll just put slam rams everywhere. Pretty sure this guy lost everything on the right. Bit unfortunate, but, you know, it was a 1v1, man. Like, if... yeah, fair enough. Maybe he got more boyfriend support. But anyways, right now, all we're trying to do is just, you know, like this guy Booker spams, right? I didn't even use, what do you call them again? Okay, well, unlucky. should not have kept Raider on there. It's always better to keep Raider off in some scenarios, right? In the meantime, our mortar does get caught off. Okay, this guy with very, oh, that's my phone. Sorry. Was not paying attention to it. Oh, but yeah, we do. Wait, did we just blast a booker that was running away? No way, man. But yeah, like right now, like I guess the most the best achievement this game I did was probably well, as of this moment, was probably pushing here, and that's not saying much, right? Like that's not saying much. Like, am I actually doing anything elsewhere to help my teammates take cap control? Because the only cap we actually got was B, and that's the cap where this guy is basically AFKing. And for me, yeah, that's not a lot. The guy on my right lost everything. Oh, big bomb. Big bombs, very nice. That plane actually, I think it even survived. Yeah, we don't have A, we don't have C, so yeah, like I don't know, man. Like, even though I did manage to push into a relatively nice spot that my opponent can probably punish my opponent hard for it. He's never even trying to push in, so yeah, there's no real like it's an advantage for sure, but there's no real value to it as my opponents continue to spam prisms and everything. And this is the moment that I realized, okay guys, well you know, maybe I can just, it's the end of the game, we're down 3 skulls, you know what, why not just bomb that thing? Because if they kill any more planes, like they're only gonna get 3 ticks anyways, right? Might as well just fly for the might as well just send my strike eagle and then just think, or maybe try to guess that what if they're just resupplying, right? What if they're just resupplying, you know? We just killed 4 prisms right there. Yeah, boy. Yeah, so it was quite funny. It was quite funny that this actually worked out, but still, even 1,000 points was not enough to get us back into the game at all. So the plane also survived, by the way. Crazy things. Yeah, our opponents are trying to push back in, and this guy does not like to use smoke at all, so we'll just use ATGMs to snipe him with the javelins. Okay, very nice, getting some javelins out there. We do still need to resupply our units though. There's no more supplies in the front. Yeah, we're just gonna use the mortar to smoke ourselves in. We're kind of close to getting G at some point as well. It's just kind of funny that it didn't really work out for us. But yeah, like this game did turn out to be kind of funny. Like, yeah, sure, I was getting prismed all the time, but they also gave us enough openings for us to eventually sneak into like their front line, the part of the map where they should be. it's just kind of a shame that I didn't booker spam enough, you know? Like, if I spam more bookers in the middle and force my opponent, like, if I start focusing B earlier instead of trying to contest for A, maybe we would have been able to do even more here. I'm not sure, though, because, like, we also lost the right-hand side of the map. So let's not be too optimistic about our pushes today. Dude, that is the power of the Stryker, man. That is the power of the Stryker Dragoon. If you have no AT, then that thing's just gonna cook you alive in game. Use the AT4s to deal with that guy. Now my opponent is currently trying to force himself into E-cap. Holy. Yeah, I probably should have shifted left. I mean right the moment that I figured out that, okay guys, we're probably not gonna win this. But even so, it is kind of hard to win the C-cap on this side, because like right here there's 3 buildings that can overlook a lot of things. That I mean this side it's also okay, but the buildings here are obviously not as tall as here, so it's natural to think that our opponents can probably spot more than our sniper squads can. So yeah, it's unfortunate. But yeah, like losing everything on C was something that I also did not expect myself. So right now we're just probably going to like defend B, kind of with our infantry squads, and in the meantime maybe try to snipe some stuff with the Guardian that I never bothered using. I think if I really did want to get better at the game, though, I do need to figure out how to use the Guardians more effectively, and also use the Sex Eagle without losing it, because I have not been using those units for a very long time. So as the end of last phase draws near, I think well, when was this game played? Like a week ago. Certainly learned a lot of stuff this game. Well, some, because like you kind of just need to is it even a thing, like pressuring my opponent to a point where like they cannot really and I got nuked in middle. Crazy though, they had enough points saved. I mean, well, yeah, honestly, yeah, that is true. Like we were down like 5k in KD, and somehow the nuke is still alive, by the way. The nuke is still alive. He lived! I know packs in middle. I lost all my packs at some point in the game, I think. Yeah, because I was busy microing middle. But, you know. I guess nuking, like I only had 3 infantry squads in there, and the fact that he nuked me just showed that he was probably not very good at playing the front line. But still, this episode of High Elo Heist was in fact a failure, as we could not, like I lost a couple, like losing the artillery units wasn't really the thing that lost us the game. It was more like we had guys in B that couldn't, like my cap, that couldn't really push the advantage, like either I couldn't kill enough units to compensate for the losses on flanks, or I couldn't use my advantage to help my team on the sides. And that's a thing that I kind of suffer with Stryker Airborne. Like every time I play this this deck, like it seems to work out for me fine until I have to help someone else, which is you know, when they're losing. But you know, you know, I don't know, maybe I just have to play this deck more, and I'll figure it out surely, guys. But still, I thank you for coming today to watch today's episode of High Elo Heist till the very end. And you probably don't even need a deck review, but guys, if you do want a deck guide or anything, Discord link is down below. Ask me for it in the Discord and I will show you my deck. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So have a good day out there, and stay warm if you're in the northern hemisphere, and stay in the AC, like, you know, stay where air conditioning is, and if you're in the south hemisphere. So stay safe, and bye bye.